Hi, happy Sunday, and welcome to another episode of GuptaJiTalksTech. From rockets to new glasses, we have a lot to cover this week, so let's just get started. For the first launch of this week, we're covering Claude Opus 4.5. So, Claude 4.5 is Anthropic's latest flagship model and is aimed at serious coding and long, complex workflows. It keeps tracks of large code bases and follows multi-step plans and course correct when requirement changes midway through your whole project. Let's be very clear, it's not cheap. Even with the new pricing of $25 per million token, and that is down from $75 per million token by the way, it's still a very premium model and you're paying real money for that, dude, if you're streaming long coding sessions. And it's not magic. It will still hallucinate APIs, it will still over-engineer simple tasks, and sometimes even miss project-specific context. So Opus 4.5 makes sense if you're treating it like a senior engineer partner, right, on important work, but not like a toy you can just spam with endless questions. So if you know how to use these models, then only use them. If you don't, you're just gonna be burning money, dude. For the second launch, let's go over to Microsoft. Microsoft has launched their Fara-7B model. What's so special about this one? Let me tell you. Imagine an AI that doesn't just chat with you, it interacts with your system. It actually uses your computer for you. That is Microsoft's new Fara-7B. It's a 7 billion parameter model designed specifically to see your screen, understand it, and take action. Clicking buttons, filling forms, booking tickets, comparing prices, just like a human assistant, but running locally on your machine. Locally part is very important. And because it's so lightweight, only 7 billion parameters, it can run on your local machine. If you have a base M series Mac, it can run on that. But quantized version, mind you, but it can run on that. Why would you want to run it that way? Because that means your data stays private and out of Microsoft's hand. Think autofilling for government websites, autofilling job applications, hunting for best deals, and navigating complex dashboards for you. Given that security is taken care of, would you let AI drive your computer around like this? The third launch, we're going to DeepSeek. DeepSeek has returned to the spotlight, and this time it's math. Let me explain. DeepSeek just introduced Math-V2. It's a 685 billion parameter model, and unlike OpenAI or Google, they have released full weights, fully open source under Apache license. But the model is 689 gigabytes in size. You can technically download it, but running it requires 8 high-end GPUs and institutional level infrastructure. So for most individuals, it's not a local run model. It's open weight in principle, not in practice. Bottom line, if you have the compute, you now have a state-of-the-line math prover that you can actually modify. For everyone else, it's just an impressive proof of concept that open source can match closed labs even if you cannot run it on your laptop. Let's move on to storage. And the first story, we are covering India's space ambition. India's space story just added a new chapter, and this time this is not ISRO in the spotlight. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated Skyroot's aerospace new Infinity campus in Hyderabad. It's a 2 lakh square feet facility where Indian engineers can design, create and test multiple rockets under one roof. Skyroot's ambition here is bold: to roll out roughly 1 orbital rocket every month and make India a serious contender in the global small satellite launch market. That's the same market that Elon Musk shares and multiple other growing list of private space firms are chasing. So this isn't just a vanity project, it's of actual commercial relevance. At this event, Modi ji also unveiled Vikram 1, Skyroot's first orbital rocket, built in under 4 years, designed to deploy multiple small satellites into low Earth orbit. This comes after Vikram S in 2022, India's first private rocket launch, which was only suborbital. So in just a few years, they've gone from can we reach space at all to can we reliably put payloads in orbit. Modi ji used this stage to call out Gen Z engineers, designers, coders and scientists, crediting them along with recent space sector reforms for the surge of Indian space startups. The vision they pitched is very clear: a youth-led private sector space ecosystem where India isn't just launching its own satellites, but becoming a global hub for building and launching small payloads on demand. Ambitious? Definitely. Achieved? Not yet. But Infinity Campus is a concrete signal that India wants a real seat at the table, not just cheering from the sidelines. For for the second story, let's go to Amazon. Not the forest, the company. Amazon is finally entering the satellite internet race with Leo Ultra, and they are promising gigabit speed to compete directly with Starlink. Let me explain. Amazon has been working on this since a few years now. The company has opened a preview program for select customers to beta test its services. According to Amazon, the Leo disk can deliver 1 Gbps downloads and 400 Mbps upload simultaneously. That's significantly faster than Starlink's, which is just about 200 to 300 Mbps. But here's the catch. For now, it's enterprise only and only for a select few. A wider commercial rollout won't happen until next year. The bigger question is capacity and latency, which is hugely important. Starlink already has thousands of these satellites around the orbit. Amazon's project is just getting started. Promising gigabit speed is one thing, but delivering it constantly across regions is completely different ballgame. Leo Ultra shows that Amazon is serious, but it's a preview, not a product. At least not yet. For the next story, let's go to Alibaba. Not the 40 thieves, the company. Alibaba just launched Quark's AI glasses in China, and they're not just playing catch-up to Meta Ray-Bans. They are taking a different approach. Let me explain. You get two models. Their flagship S1 with micro LED displays and a dual-chip Snapdragon system, and the lighter G1 without displays meant for everyday wear. The headline feature of the whole thing is dual swappable battery. Alibaba claims that you can hit 24 hours of usage by hot swapping them. Most smart glasses, they die after 4 to 6 hours of use, and glasses are one thing you already constantly have over your face. So that's a real problem solved. Both run on Alibaba's Qwen AI models and tie directly into the company's ecosystem they have built around this. So navigation, price recognition while they're swapping, real-time translations, all these things. The sad part is that they are China only for now, and the international launch is expected by at least 2026. So this is less about competing globally today. It's more about Alibaba staking its claim in the world's largest wearable market before taking it overseas. And for the last news, we're going to be covering Geopolitics of AI. Welcome. The AI race isn't just about models anymore. It's about where you train them and who controls the hardware. According to news reports, Chinese giants like Alibaba and ByteDance are now training their AI models overseas, renting Nvidia's GPU in Southeast Asian data centers to dodge US export bans. They can't buy the latest chip in China because of the US ban, so they're basically doing compute tourism. Ship the training jobs abroad, use the American silicon there, and then bring them back once the training is complete. I'm not even kidding, dude. The memes just write themselves at this point. At the same time, NATO just picked Google's cloud and their preferred partner. They're deploying air-gapped Google distribution cloud inside NATO facilities, fully isolated, to run sensitive workloads and AI models without the data ever touching the open internet. So on one side, you have companies geographically laundering their AI training to reach Nvidia's hardware, and on the other side, you have a military alliance pulling the cloud inside a bunker to keep its data away from everyone else, including the very companies providing the tech. Who told you geopolitics was interesting, huh? So this has been it for the latest episode on GuptaJiTalksTech. If you liked it, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next one.